if this is the right time to record. I think I'm gonna try, but hold on, let me turn on my lights. You hear that? They're like doing, I don't know what they're doing outside, but every time I try to record, something like that happens outside. So if you hear a lot of noise outside, I apologize. I made my own gel cleanser yesterday, and it's I think 3 parts acetone. Is it 3 in 1 part? I don't remember. I filled it up to about here with acetone, and then alcohol, and then the rest of the way up I filled with acetone. This is my own gel cleanser that I DIY'd. A lot of the time when you use a gel cleanser, like let's say I didn't have nails on right now and I went to go cleanse my nails after I prepared them, some of the nail polish removers out there now actually come with oils in them, and you all know when you try to apply gel to your nails, that oil is not going to let that gel stick on your nails. So be careful when you are using acetones and nail polish removers, because a lot of them do have oils in them. So I like the regular nail polish remover with the moisturizers in them, the oils and stuff, when I have natural nails, because it doesn't really affect my nail polish like that. But like I said, just be very careful with your nail polishes. You want 100% acetone when you are using like for a gel cleanser. And yeah. And now there's maintenance screaming outside of my door. Guys, I don't know how far we're going to get into this video, but we're going to see. Today, I think we're going to do a nail extension really, really quickly. Someone had requested that I please do a nail extension video, which we are going to try out today. I did get some new full cover tips, and she wanted me to see, or excuse me, she wanted me to show how I apply my full cover tips. I obviously cannot do them on mine because my nails are already done, but I can show you on my nail trainer how I do that really quickly. So if you guys don't know, I have already said in a couple of my videos that these are my most favorite nail tips. The BU company, I love, 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 love your nail tips so very much. A lot of the time when I got nail tips, and half of my nail tip kind of collection are really flimsy nail tips that tend to not really withstand a lot. These are much stronger, as you can see. If you're wondering, this is a 500 tip box, sizes 1 through 10. I'm sorry for the glare. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick a tip to see which one fits our nail here, and then we're gonna start working on our nail. So first we're gonna try and see what nail tip fits her, and then we will start working on that nail. Okay, so just gonna see here. This is a pretty big nail. Probably this one. Yeah, that looks pretty good, and it doesn't have to be perfect because we are just practicing, so we're just gonna I guess it's a little small. Let me see. But the thumb would be too big. This is kind of a wide nail. Just for the video, I think we're going to use a thumb, just because it fits perfectly there. It's a lot wider. The other one that I was trying to use was thinner, so it wasn't covering both sides. But we're going to go ahead and use that one, and we can go ahead and trim this down anyway. So we're going to go ahead and use that tip. Okay guys, I am not a professional. I am not a pro at all. I just love doing my nails. I'm going to show you how I do my nails. So on this nail, I'm going to show you exactly how I do my nails. So the way that I do this nail is how I do my nails, okay? So it might not be the perfect way, might not be the professional way, it might not be the right way, but it's my way. So if you want to follow along, continue to watch the video, and I am going to prep this nail real quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buff out this nail really quickly, just so that and this is exactly what I would do when I would do my nails. You can go ahead and use a nail or e-file, excuse me, if you'd like. Move this tip so we don't get dust all up on it. And you're just going to go ahead and really, because I hope that you guys can't really hear that. This is the gel that we are going to be using. Just going to wait for the man to finish doing what he's doing. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys for the noise in the background. But I am working one way. I'm not seesawing back and forth. I'm working one way. Okay, you don't have to do that much. We're just buffing the nail just so that the nail tip can stick a little bit better. And like I said, this is exactly what I would do to my nail. Okay, so just buff that out a little bit. We're just gonna have to do, I'm sorry for that noise in the background, guys. I removed the dust off the nail so that the tip can stick nicely. So remember, this is exactly what I do. It's exactly what I do with my nails, guys. I'm going to take the nail tip and some glue. And you don't got to put that much because this is just practice. Okay? We're doing a full extension gel. What did I just say? We're doing a nail extension, a gel nail extension on my nail trainer, guys. So let's get nice and close. You see how the nail trainer has that little cuticle right there? I'm going to go right under that cuticle. I'm not going to be going anywhere close to that cuticle. You see how there's still a little bit of space there? Go ahead and push that nail tip down for just a few seconds. Just like you would on your own nails. Oh, I can't. I cannot. What are they doing outside? Okay, you guys, I know this nail looks a little ratchet. Don't pay much attention to it. I had to really work to get this nail tip on because this nail tip has a really high arch, and so doesn't the nail trainer nail. Well, it slightly. So I had to bring the nail tip down just a little bit more because it didn't want to sit up there nicely. So now we're going to start working on the nail. I'm going to grab my nail file, and now I'm going to go from sidewall to sidewall. Pay attention to the way that you have your nail file. Once again, you can use an e-file or a hand file, whatever you'd like to use. So try to back her up a little bit. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. Make sure she's in there, right? I'm going to hold on to the nail because the nail likes to slide a little bit. So I'm just going to get my sidewalls and make sure that the practice nail trainer nail is flush with the nail tip. You see that? I knew that was going to happen. Guys, this tip does not want to stay on for our video. It doesn't want to stay on. It does not want to. See how deep that nail tip is? It doesn't want to sit well with this tip here, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. I was wondering what was going on with this nail tip. I didn't have her right, but now she's a little bit more sturdy. Okay, that took me about 10 minutes just to do. I had to do it off camera and struggle with it because it just wasn't adhering to the nail trainer nail tip. after you put the nail in the light, that gel is going to stick wherever you have it. So go ahead and remove the gel if it is on your skin. Okay? Have a nice base coat there. We're going to go ahead and put it in our light for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to start to apply our build gelder. Our gel builder. Okay, so we have a nice base coat there. Okay, this is our gel that we're going to be using, our builder gel. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. This is our gel builder, and we are just going to get some gel on our brush. This is why I love builder gel, because I can really have a lot of control over my gel. And once again, this is exactly how I do my nails. So just like the base gel, we are just going to go ahead and apply the gel just to the natural nail and to the nail tip that we have added. And like I said, I love gel builder because you have so much control over it. So yeah, it's literally like painting on the gel, therefore everything can be nice and even. Excuse me. You want everything nice and even. Okay, probably won't add as much gel as I normally do to my regular, or to this nail tip, just because it's a little bit of a waste, because it's just for practice. So we just need a couple layers, and then we're going to throw on a color. And I actually want to try out the acetone alcohol mix that I made last night for a gel cleanser. So I'm going to go throw this in the light for 30 seconds. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're just going to cure this really quickly. Guys, and the thing with this gel builder is you have to make sure that in between layers you really are making sure that these nails are, or these layers are getting hit with the LED light real good, because you want these layers to cure really nicely in between each other. So we're going to go ahead and add another coat. Once again, I do not touch the skin at all. I go really close, but I do not touch the skin at all. I get really close. Okay, you're going to go ahead and throw this into the light again. And maybe we'll do one more layer of this builder gel, and then we'll start to finish off our nail with some color. Just a little tip, when you are curing your gel, please make sure that you cap your builder gel or your gel polish. Do not leave it off, because you will cure the gel that's inside. So that's just a little tip. Make sure that when you are curing your gel and your light is on, make sure that you do have the tops on your nail polish, or excuse me, your gel nail polish or your gel builder. See, now that I'm done curing, we can go back and open our gel here. Guys, I'm sorry if you still hear some noises in the background. They're working on the yard and some things outside, so I'm sorry about that. But we're going to go ahead, once again, same exact steps that we've been doing. You're just going to go ahead and kind of paint on the nail gel like if you were painting a picture. And you want everything nice and even, so pay attention to what you're doing. Make sure that you're checking in between each layer. Just making sure that everything is nice and even. You want to make sure that you have a really good brush too. This brush I use sometimes, but just for practice, it's a really good brush. It's like one of the cheaper brushes, not very expensive at all. For my nails, I tend to use a different brush, but again, go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds and cap your gel. Okay, so if I turn my nail trainer. I want you guys to kind of see what we're working with here. My nail trainer hand doesn't come any closer, so I'm going to have to bring you guys closer. I don't know if you can see, but we have like a really nice arch going there. My camera will focus. See that arch? How it comes up and over and it's nice and flush with the nail. You see that? I think we're going to go ahead and I think we might add maybe one more layer here, guys. Because after we have to go ahead and buff. So just remember that after you're done applying the gel, you're going to go ahead and buff again because you want to make sure that everything is nice and even. There's no lumps or bumps. And yeah, so that is what we are going to do. And you want to make sure that you have enough gel on here because when you do buff, you're obviously going to be buffing some of the gel away. So just be careful. You don't want to buff too much. You just want to make sure that everything is nice and even. And again, that there's no lumps or bumps. I love gel builder because you can have so much control over it. I love the potted gel builder. Just making sure everything is nice and even here. And don't worry about it not looking perfect. When we're, you know, because your shape might get thrown off a little bit, but that's just because you are adding gel, okay? So if your form or if your shape kind of deforms a little bit, it's because you're adding more gel. So that's why when you're done adding the gel, you want to go ahead and buff so everything is nice and even and there's no lumps or bumps, like I said. So we're going to go ahead and cure this for another 30 seconds. Okay, so we are out of the light. We are going to go ahead and grab a little bit of our acetone and alcohol. See how it works. I haven't tried it yet, but we're going to see if it works good with this gel here. See how sticky it is afterwards. Okay, so I go ahead and remove the sticky layer because we have to go ahead and buff and we don't want to touch a sticky nail, and that feels really, really good. Actually, sometimes when I do my own nails, I go ahead and I just use alcohol to remove the adhesion layer, but sometimes it's still sticky and streaky. I don't feel no stickiness at all. Actually, a little bit on the sides here. It's probably just because I didn't get that correctly, but it feels real good to me. No stickiness, nice and smooth. Look how easily my finger runs, and there's no, well, my finger is wet because of the wipe, but this Band-Aid is getting on my nerves. Okay, so sorry if you hear talking outside. Maintenance is right outside my door, literally. So again, we're going to go ahead, and I know we did this already, but yes, you're going to go ahead and do it again. You're probably saying, well, we got to do that again. Yes, because we lost a little bit of our shape, and I don't know if you could tell there. You see how the shape kind of deformed a little bit? So we're going to go ahead and make sure on each side that we are nice and even. You're going to make sure that you get your free edge. So I like to shape and then I'll go ahead and buff the nail, or you could buff it and then shape it. It's up to you, really. Okay, kind of want it to be a little bit more tapered, so I'm going to come in a little bit here and come in a little bit here, angle my file a different way. Okay, so go ahead, continue to shape. And when we come back, we're going to buff. Okay, so we have a beautiful shape here. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we get a nice... All right, so one direction across the whole nail. And again, you're going to buff. I already showed you guys how to do this, so you're going to go ahead and just buff out the nail, because we're going to add some more gel on top, which is our color. So do your thing, buff it out. This is how I do it, guys. I'm not a professional. This is how I do my nails. I don't have my dust collector on, so sorry if you see a lot of dust flying. You could also do this with the e-file, much quicker. Have less pain on your hands. Okay, so we have a gently buffed nail. I didn't go hard. I'm literally just feathering. I'm not really pushing hard. I'm just feathering. See that? Just feathering the nail tip, okay? That's it. That's all we gotta do. Boom. Done. Actually, I'm gonna go in. This step I don't really do, but just for the practice, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of that base coat because we buffed. And I'm just gonna do one layer, just so our gel sticks really, really nicely. You don't have to do this. You can go ahead and just add your gel, your colored gel, whatever you're decorating your nails with. You can go ahead and add that on. But I feel like if we add a nice layer of the base, one more time, it'll give our color a nice base to kind of stick onto and marry together. Okay, so cure that for 30 seconds. I chose this really beautiful blue. I think my hands are wet, that's why my band-aid don't want to stick. It's really beautiful blue kind of glitter gel. I believe it is a UV gel, so we're gonna have to just put it in the light a little bit longer. It's a nice thick gel, as you can see. Nice and thick. So you go ahead, just like that base gel that we just applied, you go ahead and apply your color just like we applied all the other gels. And yes, this does seem a little bit thick because it has a lot of glitter in it. So after you cure it, it should lie down nicely. Make sure that you get your side walls. I know it seems a little bit grainy, and I think it's because of the gel. Excuse me, the glitter. So we just have one nice thin layer on there. You don't want it on too thick. Your first layer you want to be thin because the gel is thick anyway. So you do not, I repeat, you do not want to add this color on very thickly, and we're probably going to add 2 coats anyways. Go ahead and cap your gel before you put it in the light, or else you will cure your gel in your pot or your gel polish and you'll have to toss it, unfortunately. So this is capped, this is capped. I even if it's capped, I like to move it a little bit of ways. This is capped, so just make sure that you are paying attention when you are curing. There's been a couple times where I'm like, oh, I forgot to put the cap on that, and I haven't had to throw anything away yet, but I've gotten a little close. Okay, we are done. And see, it still looks a little grainy, but as we continue, it should not look as grainy, but yes, it looks a little bit grainy because it has some glitter. And probably because, you know, I've had these for quite a while, and I don't really use these gels. I kind of use them when I'm practicing. Sometimes I'll use them on myself. But yeah, I haven't used them, excuse me, in a while. Sorry guys, I bumped the camera. But yeah, that's all we're going to do. We're just going to throw another layer right on top. Actually, I think we're going to go in for maybe 3 layers because I tend to like to go over and buff again, because when you add this gel, it's the same thing like the builder gel. I can't speak. The builder gel, you want to make sure that there's no lumps or bumps or anything like that. So it's a process when I do my nails. Nail technicians probably don't even do it like this, and for some reason I don't know how they do it so quickly and so fast and efficiently, but that's why I want to learn, and I want to go to nail school, and hopefully that is in the future. So this is a huge passion of mine. It's been a passion of mine for years and years and years now, definitely over 10 years now for sure, because yeah, I've been with my boyfriend for 12 years now, and it's been actually even before I met him, I was super into nails. So, and I've always kind of done my own nails, whether it be just normal nail polish or whatever the case may be, but I just made a mess. I almost dropped my brush, so you see, this is not cured correctly. You see how I'm putting this on and I'm moving the gel? So we gotta go in and cure it a little longer. That means, because remember I told you it was a UV gel, so it needs longer in the light. So it probably needs not 30 seconds, it probably needs about 60 seconds. So go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds, and then we'll see how it looks. I know the first time I cured it for 30 seconds, but that didn't happen. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that there a little bit longer. I made a whole mess here. I like to explain and talk in my videos, so I'm sorry if this was really long. Somebody had requested this video, and I really wanted to make sure that I got it done for them. I will make sure that I will leave their name in the description or on the screen or somewhere, so you guys can know, and so that they can know as well that I heard their request. So I'm gonna go ahead and touch this real quick. Yep. So it needs a minute. It doesn't need 30 seconds. It needs about a minute. So again, we're going to go ahead and apply another nice layer here. I know it seems really thick, and you don't want your nails thick, but the only reason why I'm doing this is, number one, it's practice. And number two, we're going to go ahead and buff again on top of the nail to make sure that everything is nice and even. So you want to make sure that you have an even coat of the color, okay? And make sure that you pay attention to your sidewalls and your free edge. You don't want it to be too thick there at all, even though we're going to buff anyways. But you go ahead and make that nice and even. Go ahead, 1 more minute. And using my LED light, we just need it to be in here longer than what it normally would in my UV. Okay, so we are done curing. I'm going to take my DIY acetone alcohol gel cleanser with my lint-free wipe. And we are going to, yeah, you'll get a little bit of color that comes off. That's okay. Yeah, see, some of the gel just I didn't give it enough time. It might need 2 minutes each layer, but that's an experiment that you will, you know, and according to your light too, depending on what kind of light you have. I'm using my LED light, so that's okay. Some color is always gonna come off. And here we go with the buff. And you're probably like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're ruining the nail. No, guys, we need to, first of all, we're gonna put a top coat over this. And second of all, we have to make sure that everything is nice and flush and even, and there's no lumps or bumps. So yes, this is how I do it. You can do this with an E-file. You're going to see some color coming off. You know what? I don't think this gel, like, So it's really guys important to make sure that you are curing, or that you're curing these layers correctly in between layers. Just gonna go ahead and test. So that was 2 minutes. I'm just seeing if anything is moving around. That was 2 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and add another coat, give it another 2 minutes, and then I think we will be done. Just waiting for the nail tip to come out of the light, and we will continue. Okay, so for video's sake, I know that this video is a little bit long. I am just going to throw our top coat on. Normally I would, if it was my own nail, I would be buffing this color, but you guys just saw what happened. And I think it was just because I didn't cure enough in between coats. But that's okay for practice. It's okay. This is just a top coat. I'm going to go ahead and cure that just for 30 seconds. And that's it. And guys, if you wanted to add rhinestones or what have you, you go ahead and you do that before you apply your top coat. And then what I do normally is I would add some cuticle oil. I'm just going to take this Revitalize from Red Carpet. Normally you just add some cuticle oil right over the cuticle. You're going to want to rub that in. And that's how I do my nails, and then I would be done. And it is a little grainy because I didn't get to buff it out again. It's because this video took too long. And you saw what happened to the color. But that's how I do my nail extension, guys. Minus the error with the color. But that's how I learn, right? I just didn't cure the color gel well enough in between coats, and that's the only reason why that happened, because it's not happening now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. Sorry this video was so long. If you haven't already, make sure that you comment down below. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe. If you don't subscribe, you're not able to really leave comments. So if you want to leave comments, please make sure that you subscribe. Also, when you are subscribing, make sure that you hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time that I make a video, so you do not miss it. And make sure when you click that notification bell, make sure that you click the word all so you can be notified of all of my videos. You guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.